The general opinion of men is supposed to be that the natural vocation of a woman is that of a wife and mother. I say is supposed to be, because, judging from acts, from the whole of the present constitution of society, one might infer that their opinion was the direct contrary. They might be supposed to think that the alleged natural vocation of women was of all things the most repugnant to their nature, insomuch that if they are free to do anything else, if any other means of living or occupation of their time and faculties is open which has any chance of appearing desirable to them, there will not be enough of them who will be willing to accept the condition said to be natural to them. If this is the real opinion of men in general, it would be well that it should be spoken out. I should like to hear somebody openly enunciating the doctrine. It is already implied in much that is written on the subject. It is necessary to society that women should marry and produce children. They will not do so unless they are compelled. Therefore it is necessary to compel them. The merits of the case would then be clearly defined. It would be exactly that of the slaveholders of South Carolina and Louisiana. It is necessary that cotton and sugar should be grown. White men cannot produce them. Negroes will not, for any wages which we choose to give. Ergo, they must be compelled. An illustration still closer to the point is that of impressment. Sailors must absolutely be had to defend the country. It often happens that they will not voluntarily enlist. Therefore, there must be the power of enforcing them. How often has this logic been used? And but for one flaw in it, without doubt it would have been successful up to this day. But it is open to the retort, first pay the sailors the honest value of their labor. When you have made it as well worthwhile to serve you as to work for other employers, you will have no more difficulty than others have in obtaining their services. To this there is no logical answer except, I will not. And as people are now not only ashamed, but are not desirous to rob the laborer of his hire, impressment is no longer advocated. Those who attempt to force women into marriage by closing all other doors against them lay themselves open to a similar retort. If they mean what they say, their opinion must evidently be that men do not render the married condition so desirable to women as to induce them to accept it for its own recommendations. It is not the sign of one's thinking the boon one offers very attractive when one allows only Hobson's choice, that or none. And here, I believe, is the clue to the feelings of those men who have a real antipathy to the equal freedom of women. I believe they are afraid, not lest women should be unwilling to marry, for I do not think that anyone in reality has that apprehension, but lest they should insist that marriage should be on equal conditions, lest all women of spirit and capacity should prefer doing almost anything else, not in their own eyes degrading, rather than marry, when marrying is giving themselves a master, and a master too of all their earthly possessions. And truly, if this consequent were necessarily incident to marriage, I think that the apprehension would be very well founded. I agree in thinking it probable that few women, capable of anything else, would, unless under an irresistible entraînement, rendering for the time insensible to anything but itself, choose such a lot, when any other means were open to them of filling a conventionally honorable place in life. And if men are determined that the law of marriage shall be a law of despotism, they are quite right, in point of mere policy, in leaving to women only Hobson's choice. But in that case, all that has been done in the modern world to relax the chain on the minds of women has been a mistake. They never should have been allowed to receive a literary education. Women who read, much more than women who write, are, in the existing constitution of things, a contradiction and a disturbing element. And it was wrong to bring women up with any acquirements but those of an odalisque, or of a domestic servant.